I've been coming to UCD for quite a few years. The interesting thing is it's dramatically evolving. You know, I think last year there was very many talks that were on point with UCD, whereas this year it's been a lot more left field. And by making it more left fields, we've kind of exposed different kinds of thinking, different kinds of knowledge, and I've actually learned a huge amount. And it's very easy to become complacent when you think you know what you do for a living. But the point is, end users, customers, businesses are all moving and all changing what they do. And as a practitioner myself, I need to do the same. And my opinion is not the greatest opinion in the world, but my opinion based around learning from other people's case studies, experiences, what works, what doesn't work, makes me a much better consultant, makes me a much better user-centered designer. An interesting keynote that I saw spoke about the relationship between artificial intelligence and the desire to be creative. And I think that was a really interesting question. You know, we have set up these notions around technology so that we use them to create value. And now we are now saying, should they then create our creative products and services for us? And you know, it's kind of even delving down back into what does it mean to be human? You know, are we happy with ourselves as we are? Maybe we're not. We've sucked up so much marketing that says we're not happy as we are. But you know, I think that the questions that were being asked really made me question, how far do I want to go into these kinds of technologies, and are they an enabler or a disabler? And do we really want computers to be creative for us? We've got a big problem with what we think the future of user-centered design is, because we're still wrapped up in notions of interfaces. Interfaces as in digital maps. And in fact, users and how they behave are fundamentally changing, and we're still trying to sell the maps. As we go forward into the Internet of Things, there will be no visual interfaces. How do we enable people to acquire and appropriate products and services when you can't see them? So we need to think about how we become more aware of the human experience rather than the product or service experience.